can't get enough NHL rumors. Lyle Richardson's weekly Rumor Roundup column serves as a one-stop guide to the latest rumblings around the league. For the first time since 2000, the Canucks will enter an off-season without Daniel and Henrik Sedin on the roster. The 37-year-old Twins announced earlier this week they will retire when Vancouver's season ends this weekend. The Sedins spent their entire NHL careers with the Canucks. They are eligible to become unrestricted free agents this summer, but have no interest in continuing their playing careers elsewhere. And while the Sedins are no longer the dominant forwards they once were, their absence will leave a big void in terms of leadership and experience on the Canucks' rebuilding roster. More Sedin Twins. Connection class for Canucks won't be duplicated with the Sedins' combined $14 million annual salary cap hit coming off the books. The Canucks have more than $53 million invested in 19 players for 2018-19. With the cap ceiling projected to reach $80 million, they could have over $26 million in cap space to put toward re-signing key players and perhaps pursue some veteran talent via trades or free agency. That depends, of course, upon how much the rebuilding Canucks intend to invest in their cap payroll. They're expected to part ways with UFA winger Jussi Jokinen, while forwards Sven Baertschi and Jake Virtanen and defensemen Troy Stecher and Derek Pouliot are the notable restricted free agents. It could cost around $10 million to get those RFAs under contract, leaving lots of cap room to bring in some veteran skills. If the Canucks are willing to spend toward the cap ceiling, they would have enough space to pursue a top free agent, such as Islanders center John Tavares. They could also attempt to acquire a superstar via trade, such as Senators defenseman Erik Karlsson. However, TSN's Darren Dreger and Sportsnet's Elliot Friedman are doubtful they'll get into the bidding for such expensive talent. Instead, the Canucks could get into the market for some affordable short-term options to bolster the rebuilding roster. NHL Awards Nathan MacKinnon, Taylor Hall lead MVP free for all. Erik Karlsson's keepsake hints at future following the Senators' 6-5 loss on Monday to the Jets. Erik Karlsson picked up a puck and tucked it into his hockey pants as he skated off the ice. That seemingly innocuous gesture fueled speculation that he may have played his final home game for Ottawa. Karlsson's been a fixture in the rumor mill since the days leading up to the Feb. 26 NHL trade deadline. The 27-year-old Senators captain has a year remaining on his contract and is eligible in July 2019 to become an unrestricted free agent, a two-time Norris Trophy winner as the NHL's top defenseman. Karlsson will be due for a substantial raise. His current contract carries an annual average value of $6.5 million, while Karlsson and the Senators cannot officially open discussions until July 1. The Ottawa Sun's Bruce Garriock reported some observers believe he could seek an 8-year extension worth between $80 million and $100 million. Roundup: what's next for Erik Karlsson and the Senators? Karlsson has expressed a willingness to stay in Ottawa, and Senators general manager Pierre Dorion said he hopes to re-sign his captain this summer. However, there were several teams reportedly interested in the blue liner prior to the trade deadline. It's believed a huge deal that would have sent Karlsson and winger Bobby Ryan to the Golden Knights fell through at the last minute. If Dorion decides Karlsson will be too expensive to re-sign, the All-Star rearguard could become the biggest target in this summer's trade market. There won't be any shortage of clubs lining up to acquire him. TSN's Pierre Lebrun noted the Golden Knights, Predators and Sharks were among the teams looking at Karlsson before the trade deadline. Sportsnet's Elliot Friedman said he wouldn't be surprised if the Golden Knights revisited their interest in the Sens captain. He also wondered if the Rangers might pursue the superstar blue liner in an effort to fast-track the rebuild. Friedman didn't rule out the possibility of a team not previously linked to Karlsson making a pitch this summer, with a modified no-trade clause in his contract containing a 10-team list of preferred destinations. Karlsson will have some control over any trade scenario. The Senators' high asking price will also separate the serious suitors from the tire kickers.